Hi everyone, this is just a quick video to show you how to get the most out of the Learn Agility section of the OneMind Dogs website. You can find the Learn Agility section up here in your menu, or on a mobile device it will be in the center at the top of the screen in the menu as well. So if you just click that, you can start here with the training programs. This is a great place to start your OneMind Dogs journey. It really depends on what you're up to as to which program to start with. So say if you have a puppy or even just a new dog who's an adult, or you yourself are new to agility, then this would be a great program for you to start with. If you're already quite advanced, you can have a look at this program. If you're only a free member at the moment, you can try out our lessons with this one. And if you're new to OneMind Dogs, I suggest anyone would start with the OneMind Dogs method program. And then there's many others such as obstacle training, mental training, handling techniques, etc. So using the OneMind Dogs method program as an example, you can then read this introduction and scroll down to the lessons. You would then start with your first lessons here by clicking Show Lesson, and there's all your lessons in order. Click on the first lesson and then you'll have an article to read. Some lessons have videos, they're all structured a little bit differently. When you finish reading through that, you'll have a little quiz at the bottom here. You can just answer the quiz and then you can track your progress down the bottom here by clicking Completed. Now, tracking your progress does a few things. It will show up in your dashboard, which I'll show you in a minute, but also if you go back to the program, you can then see that you've actually completed 10% of this program. You'll also see that that lesson now turns up green, whereas all the others are still grey. So the green ones show that you've completed them, and grey means that you still have to try those ones. Then if you go back to your index, and then scroll back through to OneMind Dogs method, you can now see that the program is green as well, and it says 3% of the program has been completed. So that gives you a bit of an idea of what you're up to in your training if you keep on ticking those lessons as you go along. You can also now see this in your dashboard. So if you click dashboard up here, you can now see that you've completed an extra lesson out of all of the lessons available on the website just here. So every time you tick a new lesson, that number will go up for you as well. So that's one way to use the Learn Agility section. If you have a bit more of an idea of what you want to train, you can come down here for choose a theme for your training session to start practicing, and you can type something in here. So say for example you want to train jumping, you can just type in jump and then you'll see all the different themes on jumping. So this one would be about teaching your dog to jump, this one's for advancing your skills, and this one's for troubleshooting anything with jumping. And if you then open the themes, again you'll have lessons here as well that you can do. So that's another option. If you're not really sure and you're just looking for some inspiration, you can actually just scroll through the themes that are here. There's a lot of them there to look through, and the newest ones will come up first, and you'll see when the last lesson was posted here. So that's really handy as well. Now, if you have a more really specific idea of what you want to learn about, then you can use the search bar up here instead of the Learn Agility section. So if you click the search bar there, you can actually type in, let's say you're having an issue with bar knocking. You can type in bar knocking here and search, and then you'll see all of our articles, videos, and lessons that relate to bar knocking. So this will give you all the information that we have on our site about that specific thing. Now, one more great feature I'm going to show you is called bookmarking. So if you want to bookmark something, you can just click on a lesson. Let's say you're doing reverse wrap at the moment. We'll open that one. And you want to be able to get back to this program really easily. You can just bookmark it up the top here. Now you'll see this bookmark symbol also appears in individual lessons and also on any of our articles and videos. So it's a really great way to keep track of things that you'd like to come back to. So let's click this bookmark symbol up here and you'll now see it's gone white. That means it's been bookmarked. So then if you go to your dashboard, next time you sign in, you can just scroll down to My Bookmarks and it will appear there. You can then click there to go back to the course every time. Now once you finish the course, if you then want to remove this from your bookmarks, you can just click the same symbol again and it will go clear. So it will remove it from your bookmarks there. So that's some great ways to take advantage of the OneMind Dogs website. If you have any other questions or there's anything you can't find, don't forget this bubble down here. We are available here to talk to you, so you can just click New Conversation and talk to us there, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. If you want to remove the bubble so that it's not in your way, you can just click the X down here. Happy training!